campaign has been about is bringing people together that did not know who each other existed. We're proud to say that we have identified over 350 folks who have confirmed to us in Meigs County that they're voting for us, and so we've done the work. I really know it's a far-flung district. You live about 190 miles from where the district begins. So in Holyoke, it's a far-flung district, but every portion matters to me and to this race. And I'm coming to bring some good news. The best news I can tell you is that we're winning this election. We're winning this election. We're winning this election. The data backs that up. We've had record turnout all throughout Tennessee, even here in Meigs County. But here's the good news. We're able to see who shows up. And so we have seen that the surge of voters are the folks who are sick and tired of what's going on. They never expected that here on the fringes of Christmas, of Thanksgiving, about a month away to Thanksgiving, that we're still wearing our masks. They know that we need leadership in Washington, that we need a change. And I'm really proud to say that we also have a lot of Republicans in our coalition. We know that Chris Hale needs Republicans to win this election. And we're Tennesseans, so we know more Republicans than we know Democrats. And I'm looking to convert all of them. They might not vote for Joe, but they will vote for me. We find that Republicans, a lot of them have reading them, and they don't want to vote down ballot for all Republicans. And so really today, the message I want to bring to you, find me some Republicans. Find me some Republicans. This is the best argument I got for you. They have never met Congressman Scott DesJarlais. Scott does not come out here. He does not come anywhere in this district. It's been over 7 years since that man's held a town hall. We know the scandals. We know the reason why he went into hiding. It's been my belief that was the biggest mistake he made. It wasn't the scandals. It was how he responded. Tennesseans are forgiving people, and we will forgive you if you show up and you say what happened and you explain how you're going to make it better. He never showed up. And Congressman DesJarlais, for the first time ever, is having the campaign, and he's not very good at it. He sent out a mailer saying that it was a radical socialist leftist. It was going to bring Antifa to Meigs County. Now, let's be real. Do I look like a guy who's very well connected with Antifa? I might be able to bring the Glee Club to Meigs County, but I'm not bringing Antifa. His attacks are becoming more and more unhinged because he's losing, and he doesn't know what to do. Here's the secret. This campaign spent the last 6 months, and really actually the last 2.5 years, winning over folks that voted for him. We have so many DesJarlais, Hale voters. They never really liked the guy, but they never really had a Democrat who's made a particular play to them and said, I'm the Democrat we're voting for. And so he doesn't know what to do because I have communicated with his base and he has not. And so here's what I'm asking for you today to do. I need your help. We are winning this campaign, but Scott is calling in the cavalry and infantry. He's going to put out mailers that, calls me a crook and says, I'm trying to destroy Tennessee's way of life. And people need to know it's not true. And here's the message I wanted you to give to your Republican friends. Look forward to this. I am not going to be a radical socialist. I'm going to be a thoughtful, pragmatic Democrat. And if they do not like me in 2 years, can you imagine that Republican primary in 2022? Can you imagine all those folks who will run in that primary in 2022? They will have so many choices with who they want to replace me if they do not like me. The vast majority of Republicans do not like Scott DesJarlais. They simply vote for him because he's a Republican. Scott DesJarlais does not respect the voters of this community. He does not respect them. He thinks that they should simply vote for him because there's an R next to his name. Congressman DesJarlais has been in office for a decade. Here's a question for you. How many legislators in the state of Tennessee have ever endorsed Congressman DesJarlais? 0. Can you imagine that? Not one legislator in the state of Tennessee from the United States Senate on down, not one Republican has put their name next to Scott DesJarlais because they don't think he's the man for the job. I am. I want you to tell your Republican friends this. I'm a Democrat, and I am by far the best choice for Republicans in this election. I am their best choice. We've got to make that clear. We've got to make that known. Look, I'm not coming to take away your guns. I'm coming to bring good jobs. living wages, rural hospitals, and healthcare. Here's the reality. The average age of Meigs County over the past 50 years has gone up 13 years. Young people are not staying in Meigs County. They have to leave to find opportunities. They have to go to Chattanooga, Nashville, New York, LA. We have got to create a rural Tennessee where young people can come back and make a living for themselves and their families. The number one issue that I think we can win over Republicans on is this. We need the internet. We need the internet. NASA said on Tuesday they were sending 4G to the moon. The moon has a better internet than Meigs County. And that's because Congressman DesJarlais. I'm a pragmatic Democrat who will make the rural way of life sustainable for our families. So folks, I know you're excited. I know there's more people on this than you expect. It's like that everywhere we go. We are bringing out the strongest grassroots campaign in Tennessee's 224 history, but I'm running in a district that Hillary Clinton lost by 41 points. We have made up the margin. Our last polling out is tied against Congressman DesJarlais, but we know they're going to fight back. And the biggest thing you can do is get your friends and family to vote for one difference. I am not asking for keys to the kingdom. I'm asking for a 2-year lease on a seat the people of Tennessee own. Congressman DesJarlais thinks he's a duke, that he simply owns that seat. I'm working to earn that seat. I have had over 160 events across 16 counties, town halls in each and every one of them. The Republican and Democratic voters of this community can know me. They know what I stand for, and you know what? They can tell me when I'm wrong. They can yell at me. They can say, Chris Hale, you got this wrong, but at least they will know me. Congressman DesJarlais is hiding in his mansion and sure what he's not coming out. I'm the one we're voting for. We are fueled by split tickets across the state. It's on. Here's the reality. I'm probably not going to win Meigs County. You all know that. But for me to win this congressional seat, I don't have to win these rural counties. I just have to do better. Instead of losing 80-20, you give me the 60-40. You get me tens and dozens and hundreds of votes just to make that margin up a little bit, because you know what? That will help me win this seat. But also, too, we've got to let our friends know that the Republicans can mouth off about protecting the rural way of life, but they haven't done a darn thing. Congressman DesJarlais was voted the worst legislator in America by the leading Republican magazine in this country. Hear that? He was voted the worst legislator in the country by the leading Republican magazine in this country. The rural way of life will die with Congressman DesJarlais at the helm. We need someone who will invest in rural Tennessee, can ensure that we have an internet, so that young people can have great jobs right here. It's unfair. They shouldn't have to go to Cleveland. They shouldn't have to go to Cleveland. They shouldn't have to go to McDonald's.
No, I live right off the highway. I cannot get internet because it's like a dead zone. I've tried 3 different ones. You know, the broadband is starting up in the county with this big lowering of this Republican county. I'm not keeping my 2-year-old granddaughter out of doing virtual because just because I want to, it's not one diabetes. So, you know what? I'm sending her to my niece and stay there during the week so she can do her tutoring and do her virtual school. Now, you tell me, what do you y'all think?
It's absurd. You know, my background, I've done a lot of contract work that's taken me overseas. You know, right now we have a bigger rural hospital deficit right here in Meigs County than they do in Iraq. We have a bigger internet deficit right here in Meigs County than they do in Iraq. You know, I believe in foreign aid. I think we should invest in foreign aid. But Congressman DesJarlais is investing in hospitals in Iraq, internet on the moon, but he hasn't invested in our community. So we need a congressman who's going to do that. So I hope you feel excited. I hope you feel energetic. I'll be the youngest man to hold this seat since Al Gore 42 years ago. But I'm running on Red Bull. I'm running on courage. I'm running on heart. But I can't win Meigs County. You've got to do it for me.
I already get it.
I thank you. Thank you. I need your votes, but I also need you to be mission my cause. We have hundreds of folks who have not come to the polls in Meigs County. So I'm going to ask for 3 things today, and then we'll go on a walk. Number 1, I know times are tough, and I know economic times are always tough around in rural Tennessee in particular. This campaign is funded by 6,000 donors, and we have a donor from every state in this country. Can you imagine? All 50 states invested right here in Meigs County. But we still need more resources to make it through Election Day. My average contribution is about $32. So it's like an altar call on Sunday. Would someone today commit to making a pledge to donate to my campaign today, giving a little bit of what they could to give into?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so you can do that online. We have a little card reader thing. You can take cash and checks to Chris Fidel for Tennessee. Every donation right now is being matched dollar for dollar. So it helps me get through this towards the end. Second thing is, which I think maybe you'll be more excited for, these signs. These signs are very helpful to our cause, and I want to give you an example why. There is a guy named Jeremy up in Spring Hill, which is all the way up on the other side of this big GM plant in Spring Hill. Jeremy's a huge Republican. He saw my sign outside of work one day, and he loved it. He thought it was hilarious. 43-year-old man. He goes home, he looks me up, he likes what I stand for, he likes my policies, takes a good smile, and the rest. And then he decides he's going to vote for me. And then 3 weeks later, he goes to church in Columbia, and he found out the worst news of the summer. Chris Hale is a Democrat. He had no clue. He didn't know Democrats ran in his community. Maybe you all feel the same way. He didn't know Democrats ran in his community. And so this is the most important thing. Jeremy, who is pro-life, Jeremy, who's a proud Christian, Jeremy, who loves his wife and his family, asked himself at 43 years old for the first time, who is my congressman? And he Googled Scott DesJarlais. Pro-life, pro-family, proud Christian Jeremy Googled Scott DesJarlais, and you know what he found. 43 years old, for the first time in his life, Jeremy is voting for a Democrat. These signs get me into people's mind and consciousness and gives me a chance. If we make this campaign not about Democrat versus Republican, but about Chris Hale versus Scott DesJarlais, we will win this election. So these signs help me out. I know we have it at the polling place, but we need them spread throughout the community. I also have green hell yes signs. I don't know what some people here favor marijuana legalization. Did you know that 67% of the congressional district supports marijuana legalization, and the majority of Republicans do too. 55% Republicans. So we got green hell yes signs as well. We need to legalize marijuana. It'll be great tax revenue as well. So my question is, will someone today say that they'll take a hell yes sign or two and put them around the community and get some last minute recognition in this community? Yes.
I'll be glad.
Thank you. And then the third thing is very simple. I need you to help volunteer for this campaign. You can go to our website and volunteer, but honestly, at this late stage of the game, the best thing you can do is talk to a few Republicans that you know are good people. The vast majority of Republicans are patriotic. They have not lost themselves completely, and they're good people. We know them. We're Tennesseans. You live in Meigs County. You know a lot more Republicans than you know Democrats. Okay? Didn't used to be that way. Let's get some of them to vote for me. You know, these folks will vote for one Democrat, and like I said, we can't convince them that they're gonna go vote for Trump. They're gonna go vote for Haggard. But can we get them to vote for one Democrat on that ballot? And can you make me that one Democrat? So will you raise your hand if you say, yes, I will have some tough conversations with people I trust, Republicans I know here in Meigs County, and try to get them to vote for Chris Hale? Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate being here. You all have a great local party. You're small, but you're mighty, and you can punch above your weight. It reminds me of this campaign. So you might not have known it a few days ago, but I hope what you just saw and what you experienced, you're starting to believe that what I'm saying is true. In 12 days, by the grace of God and through the means of a free and fair election, you're looking at your next congressman. Thank y'all for having me.
Election day!
Yeah, I think we have one. If not, we'll get one. So
I think we might.
Those spots right now. We'll get going.
All right.
Turn up.
Thank you.